Alright. Do you like fun? Do you like chaos? Do you like two of the craziest pro gamers facing off? I hope you do, because we've got Dark down here. He's got what appears to be, I think it's the Cerberus skin here. In the bottom left side, and in the top right, it is Hero. He's playing with, are these completely unskinned units, by the way? I think they are. I think this is the classic base. Actually, that pylon looks different. I think that's a different pylon. Anyways, Hero versus Dark. It is a series matchup that's been going back and forth between these two for a long time. Historically, Hero has a massive advantage, 64% win rate in series, but recently it's been Hero won the last one, Dark won the one before that, Hero the one before that, Dark the one before that. So 2 for 2 in their recent 4 series, and definitely one where Dark had the most convincing, because he crushed Hero 3-0 in one, which is super rare. It's rare you see that, you know. Normally, it is a very close back and forth series where Hero has much better openings than Dark historically, because Dark just gets supply block, tunnel visions on things a bit too much. But then Hero will kind of not understand what Dark's doing, get completely confused by something, maybe get tricked by the way Dark shows him something to try and convince him he's doing something that he isn't. And that's when Hero just dies to all-ins from massive leads. Like, he throws away advantages against Dark, probably more than any other player. And it's kind of funny, because against other players, it's from over-aggression. But from Dark, it's, you know, he's way up in supply and just gets completely blindsided by an attack. That being said, we'll see what Dark brings out. I got the joy of playing PvZ against Dark earlier today in this Pigstarcraft weekly number 10. This is the grand finals, by the way, guys. And if you guys are enjoying the games, who was saying, am I hearing double music? Oh, yes. Thank you. I don't know how that got turned on, guys. We did have to change servers for this game to the Korean servers. That makes sense. There is a show match I'm running between these two, which will be over on my main channel as well on YouTube. We're going to run that this Saturday, my time. That's Friday if you're in North America, Europe, live on Twitch. And they're going to be playing on the 8-worker mod. So we're going to try that one out because I really want to see what two creative and crazy players do with a different worker start. Do they just cheese the heck out of each other and throw in some money on the line, getting them to play their best possible StarCraft? We'll see how that one goes. But here right now, this is current balance patch, 12 workers, super standard stuff being expected. A lot of people feel like Hero's late game has become very good after EWC in this matchup. He's got really good macro. He can absolutely play a solid macro game very, very well, whereas Dark doesn't seem to have that same faith in his ability to play like a full-on straight-up macro game in Zerg vs Protoss. Now, if I had to argue something, I would say that what I'd like to see from Dark is early on in a series of PvZ, go for a quick hive. Play lurkers, play a more macro-focused style, play a more standard style, because no one ever expects Dark to do it. And I always feel like what happens is you'll win a game with a cheese, do a different cheese, win a game, and he'll just try another very early cheese or all-in attack, a queen walk, and it just gets stopped because the Protoss at that point is just so ready for it. And he tries it again, and then it's like game 5 he tries the macro game when it's tied up 2-2, and it doesn't always work out, you know. I'd love to see him try and catch them off with a bit more of a macro play to start things out. Problem, he's supply blocked twice already in this game. 36 was a small supply block. He was slightly late on that overlord. These overlords are quite late. He's going to go mass Zerglings off 2 mineral lines and 1 gas, 35 workers. So that's a lot of Zerglings, but it's very hard to actually cancel a third base on this patch. And with that many Zergling commitment, you really want to. He should be sneaking around the top of the map to cancel that third right about now. If he can get on top of it with no oracles at home, it might work out. But the Adept Shade does see only a few Zerglings. Oh, 2 of them do run past, though, which kind of gives away what he's doing. Hero should have realized that. He should have said, hey, wait a second, you're doing something on my side of the map. Because he has 2 Adepts at his third, he's not too worried. Gets himself a drone here, 2 more drones in the open. Good building tricks there. And only 1 drone and 1 Zergling go down. Not a single Protoss unit falling, though. Good cancels on the buildings, and the Oracles take some damage. Bad Adept positioning. One of those did get caught out of the choke point, and that does go down. Hero, though, brings another Oracle here, and with the Oracle turning on its laser, the Adepts will defend the third. Units lost tab is down for Hero, and that's because he lost 4 Adepts. So I think he lost those 2 that got surrounded and those 2 there at the base as well. Forge Twilight into 4-gate coming in. Looks like a very standard Blink follow-up for Hero. Blink, one of the most micro-intensive strategies in this matchup. But if you've got the micro chops to do it, it really allows you to sort of do everything. So a good one-size-fits-all solution. You know what, though? Did he see the lair? He sees the lair. Lair finished at 520. You know what this means. It's always the same build. Nidus, Queen, Ling. He never does anything else. So he's going to go Glaives his hero, and he's just going to start making Adepts. But he needs to be ready for the Nidus in the main. It's always a Nidus in the main. Why is he attacking right now? Hero should not be attacking. He should just be getting ready to defend the Nidus Worm. But he seems to be misreading what's happening, because he's not got anything in the top left corner of his main. It's 540. That Nidus could be popping up any moment now. The earliest he ever hits is about 530. The latest about 630 when he does this build. It's in vision right now. Hero, he's going to bring the Oracle up here. Warp into Stalkers, but it's a little bit late. The Stasis Trap isn't going to do anything. It's going to freeze a single unit. You just pop a Zergling out first. He did pop a Queen out first, which is a bit of a mistake, but look at that. Double transfuse. Now the Stasis Trap goes down, but it gets targeted. Hero trying a very fancy way of defending this, dare I say overly fancy, as Lings flood into the third base at the same time. 6 probes going down. The Oracles have died at the main base. The Queens are starting to fall. He's got Glaive Adepts, though. Glaive Adepts should be able to defend this. Probes in that third base struggling right now. 12 probes have already gone down. Adepts do good versus the Zerglings. They'll take a while to kill the Queens, though. Oracle refills on energy and does defend the third, but only after 16 workers go down. Adepts have shaded forward over here. I can't believe they shaded forward. That's crazy. Should really be keeping these units in a big clump so they can't get surrounded so easily. More Adepts warping, and he's got a lot of gateways. 7-gate Glaive Adept with +1 weapons about to come in as well. He should be able to hold on. It's a rather desperate effort for Dark. Dark runs a Queen away, realizing this is done. It's not going to work. And he's going to go Hydras behind. Problem with Hydras, they're not the best at dealing with Adepts. Yes, they can kill Adepts fast, but the Adepts will kill them quickly as well. If they don't have any protection, they get shaded on top of, they could be in trouble. Dark is not taking a lot of gas. He's got a 4th gas on the way, but nothing else, which tells us he's still in an all-in mindset. But now he builds 2 more gases and a 4th hatchery. I guess he's just ready for the counterattack. Okay, so he's not really in an all-in mindset. He just knows he needs every Hydra he can get to defend these Adepts, and that is 17 Adepts, my god. Oh my lord, that is so many. A Queen gets blasted by those Adepts. Remember, they got +1 as well, so I think they can one-shot Queens at this point. They are doing so much damage. They attack so fast. That Resonating Glaives giving them 45% bonus attack speed. One of the biggest attack speed upgrades in the entire game, even bigger than Adrenal Glands on the Zerglings. And these Adepts going to dive into that main. The Hydra's trying to pull back, going to take out another Hydra. And he's shading back as well. Yeah, multiple Hydras are falling. Adepts going to be falling back there. Dark in trouble right now. Down 8 workers. He's got a ball of Hydras together that do outrange the Adepts. But being down in workers makes this rather rough. Of course, it's Hero. If anyone's capable of overcommitting and giving you a chance back into this game, it is Hero. It's never over till it's over when you're playing against Hero. And I think Dark will absolutely realize this. Stasis Trap only grabs a few of them. Blink's not quite ready. I do think Hero's instincts tell him to keep fighting, but I actually think it's not a great idea. This front base does suck, remember. Has a purple gas, but otherwise I do think it's rather poor with only 6 mineral patches that are proper mineral patches. Alright guys, Adept Stalker dancing at the front. He's going to go Robo. I think we might see a Colossus transition behind this. Did he warp in even more Adepts? 18 Adepts, 9 Stalkers. Blink not quite ready. Stalkers taking damage. Adept Shade does get cancelled. Multiple Stalkers falling, but so do quite a few Zerglings. Stasis Trap here to defend. I'm surprised there's no 4th base. Double gas going down. So yeah, he really is thinking about just going Colossus. And he's happy to keep Dark on a low worker count and just keep trading. Already, Units Lost tab is very much in the Protoss' favor. About 1,000 resources more efficient. But the Hydras are going to come forward and just force the engage. They're so fragile, though. Hydras with no Bane self-clear the Adepts. Oh, such an expensive trade for Dark. And look at this. Even 2 Adepts sneaking into a base. Going to do catastrophic damage. Hero defends the Chadray Annihilator. And like I said, he always starts the series with his most all-in strategies. Does Dark. Tries to throw his opponent off balance. But I feel like there's a more surprising strategy here. Would have been a macro play. All right, guys, we've got Dark in the top right side of the map. Gets his 16 hatchery down. He said to drone out early. Didn't see a probe coming in. He was expecting to have to take the 3rd base. But it's just going to be a gate scout here for Hero. A really solid opening. A good reactive choice by him. Seeing the lair up early. That's one of the big things you got to check for with Dark. Something I've got to kind of add to my repertoire for the next time I played him is check lair at about the 5-minute mark. If the lair is already on the way before 5 minutes. So I guess you want to check just before 5 minutes. If it's on the way before 5 minutes, then you know he's up to something nasty, because they go, say, 4:30 lair, 5:30 they start the Nidus, In about 6 minutes, they're starting to pop a Nidus inside your main base, which is roughly how the timings there go when you account for the delay between each piece of tech. Now, Dark will never do that build twice in a row, but he might do something like a Big Ling Bane Bust or something like that. Now, Dark's been using the same toolkit for many years in this matchup, but it's such a wide toolkit. Bane Bust, Chadray Annihilator, that Nidus Queen Ling build, Roach Queen Walk, which he hasn't really been using for a while. Rush Hydras and then just try to, YOLO out with Hydra Ling. It does feel like Mutalisks have taken a back seat. And I think that's just, it's hard to get to Mutalisks, hide that you're doing them, and defend all the different attacks that a guy like Hero could be throwing at you. Probe should get out of there, no problem. No chrono on the Adepts, guys. This is a very defensive build. He's just chronoing probes, is Hero. And he's going to chrono probes and oracles. Still might walk across with 2 Adepts once they're out, but most likely just going to sit at home and stop the Lings from entering his base. I'm thinking about this map. Third base at the front, a bit exposed to aggression. I do think the other third base is much better for Zerg, personally. But this choke point's kind of nice to defend because you can break this tower, cooling tower, and it'll collapse rocks here, cutting off that whole entrance. So it is, it's got its strengths. Adept finds the Zergling, shuts it down. And this Overlord sitting in the main base. So Dark knows that there's an Oracle on the way. 6 more Zerglings are building. 7 lava available. More Zerglings! Dark, what is this? That's a lot. I mean, you absolutely need to shut down these Adepts and delay the third base. If you're making this many Lings, you should sneak them out the right side and try to get that canceled, but these Adepts are going to see it. Let's go to Hero's camera. We're on Hero's camera. He sees a few Lings trying to sneak out. That alone is going to make him aware of what's happening, and he should be sending the Adepts and the Oracles to defend the third. He says, you're being cheeky. I'm going to go back there. And that's a 14 Zergling investment. It's not going to find anything. Look at that. Oracle and Adepts go out. They guard the third base. Third base can start on time. And he's looking. He's trying to go, where are your Zerglings? Adept Oracle thinks about turning on its laser. Does not commit. And Hero will need to build himself another pylon in the near future. He goes for a shield battery for now. But already that pushes his vision back. Behind it, Dark, second gas layer, very early. Is he going to do... Oh, this is the build he did versus me in game 1. He's going to do the Hydraling Nidus, guys. It's a Hydraling timing. About 6.5 minutes is when it hits. Maybe a bit earlier than that. And he hits with just a handful of Hydras and he Niduses as well. This is a really cheeky build order. He's building so many Zerglings now because of these Adepts, though. So let's see if Hero can find some damage. And right now, Hero, it's getting close to 5 minutes. He hasn't seen the lair. So he's already going to be, kind of kept on the back foot here. But oh my god, 3 Oracles. You need to pull every queen to the front. Dark. Oh no. The Adepts have to sacrifice themselves to allow the Oracles to dominate this fight. Oh, damn. Well played here by Hero. Lots of damage there. Units lost have 2-1 in his favor. Still a few drones popping out, but the Oracles have done their work for sure. Forge and Twilight coming in. No 3rd and 4th gateway just yet, though. That's a problem. He's making more Adepts and Oracles. That's... Hydroden is delayed, though. Hydroden is late because he was so busy dealing with that. He's going to go Glaives. The latest Glaives of all time. Hero has decided Glaives count as most of Dark's silly cheeses. And you know what? He's not wrong. Glaives actually does pretty well against so many of them. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, people were like, wow, Dark just disrespecting you, Pig. Must feel bad to get disrespected like that. He does the exact same builds versus Hero. I was like, guys, this is how he beats Hero. I don't feel disrespected. I know it looks like Dark's trolling when he plays StarCraft. People are like, wow, he dumpstered you. It must be really embarrassing. Like, he's beat you 7 tournaments in a row over the last 4 years. You haven't even taken a map. And I'm like, you think I'm embarrassed, guys? Have you seen what Dark does to everyone that's not Hero or Max Packs? The man is a menace, especially in ZvP. When I play him in ZvZ, I'm like, oh yeah, Terran versus Zerg even sometimes I feel like I'm slightly more competitive. PvZ against Dark is like legitimately one of the things all Protoss pros talk about with fear in their voice. They're like, oh my god, like you just can't know what he's going to do next. It's so random and unpredictable, but good. Every move he does can knock you out and you never see it coming to the last second. He's so hard to scout, man. And look at this. Baneling Nest is coming in, but I think already just like having the Adepts defensively Hydra Bane's going to be hard to win with. Dark goes back to droning, but he's doing it from a 10 worker deficit. This is tough. He's behind economically, but Hero has a lot of oracles, a lot of adepts, units that don't scale that well. I honestly feel like Dark could drone to 70 workers here, make a 4th base, and actually play a normal game. I don't think he needs to go all in necessarily. It's just, well, right now he's still refusing to drone, so yeah, he kind of does have to. I mean, even seeing the lack of gas and no 4th base, Hero should just be absolutely gunning towards splash damage. He's very adept focused right now, and that's problematic. I think sentries are the most important thing for him to make. Ooh, good Spore Crawler, target fire, gets the weak Oracle. Nice move there by Dark. But Hero gets a few drones, gets 3 Oracles out. No stasis trap spammed at home, and oh my god, he's attacking. He moved out. Why is he moving out? He starts a Robo Baby. The Mass Hydra Link comes in. Hero making this game so much messier than it needs to be. He goes for the counterattack. Adepts are going to wreck the economy, though. If there's no Banelings at home, that's a huge problem. Banelings trying to connect, but look, Hero's spreading them out, so the Banes ain't doing jack. Hydra Ling, though, taking out a bunch of tech and the 3rd base. Adepts in multiple worker lines. He's got to kill all of this economy. Does Hero, and then try to defend his natural with sentries. He's got Sentry Stalker. He can defend his natural pretty much forever. If these adepts can do enough damage to Dark, he should have it. Ooh, he shades in and takes some nasty Banes to the chin. Hydra links around for Dark. Dark fighting back from a terrible position. But he's on 3 base. Even though he's only on 40 drones, he is fine. Baits and force fields, doesn't lose many Zerglings. Dude, this is amazing. Twitch chat still is running with this theme that Hero took Dark's daughter's muffin or something. This is the strangest fan fiction you guys have ever come up with. I think Dark's kid, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, is like 6 months old or a year or something. I don't think they're eating much solids yet, guys. I think they're mostly still on the milk or the formula, I'd have to imagine. I don't know, man. If to be fair, Dark's a big boy. He's hugely talented. I do feel like if his kid's going to excel, it's probably going to be, you know, it wouldn't be surprising. If it develops faster than a normal child because it's got his amazing genetics, not too surprising. 49 workers to 56 still in Hero's favor, but Hero being stuck on 2 base means most of those workers aren't doing anything. If Dark can get like another 8 drones out, he'll be in a pretty good spot. Unfortunately, he has no queens. He's building 3 queens. And most importantly, he needs a 4th hatchery. You can see the activity denying these bases. 7 drones and a Roach Warren for Dark. One big problem, guys, we're going to have +3 Protoss against +1 Zerg, and that is a very big upgrade differential. You've also got to account for the gas tail of the economy. Even when your minerals are running out, you've still got 4 gases for much longer. You can see these gases, 1,000 there, 800 there, which means you can make a lot of High Templar, a lot of Archons, and they're very well-rounded units in this matchup. Hydra Queen pushes the Oracles back. That 4th hatchery coming up is massive. It's everything for Dark. Now, a normal Zerg would build up to 65 drones here. Dark is not going to do that. He's just going to keep massing army, and he's going to hope that Hero counterattacks rather than just re-expanding. But Hero's going to do both. He's going to expand and counter-push right now. Now, he did not fill up his High Templar's energy, which I've got to be critical of. I really feel like pros are quite bad at doing that. Then again, he used the energy on something. Maybe it was on a Sentry or an Oracle, since those Sentries have a lot of energy. He might have prioritized Force Fields over Storms. Bit of a crazy decision, but to each his own. He is a Force Field King. Zealots do not have charge yet. Charge is kicking in a second. Stalkers take out the Overlord, guys. Back at home, Hydraling Bane counterattack comes in. Those Zealots get hammered, as does the 3rd Nexus. Beautiful counterattack here for Dark. Does Dark cancel his 4th? Yes. But canceling the 3rd of your opponent, I think, makes it worth it. Hydra's looking for an angle. Does he have augments? He does. But remember, Storms are so scary as the Zerg in this scenario. He's trying to make a Roach transition right now because Roaches aren't as weak against Storms, Archons, and Zealots. But man, the Hydra's getting caught out. The Oracle's doing really well. He has to turn and fight the Oracles. The Hydras are going to get gunned down. Hero chasing him down. It's just this thing. You might be like, well, he's 3 base versus 2 base for so long. But you got to realize that before that, Hero was ahead by workers by 10 for a very long period. And even after he was upper base, Dark was so far behind on workers for so long, behind on upgrades, and High Templar just do so well against everything he's got. Roach is going to try to run on top of those High Templar, gets rid of 2 High Templar, but loses a lot of Roaches in the process. Hero up 2-0, looking slick. All right, guys, Hero is destroying, but he's on Whispers of Gold, and this is a map which I do think Dark might have a bit more success on. Lots of ways to attack. Drops in the main are deadly. Niduses can be good. And just in general, it's a shorter rush distance map where those Zerg attacks might find purchase. Spawning pool gas coming in after the hatchery. Very typical opening. And it's kind of weird, guys, how we see Hero now so often just do a gate expand scout, right? Hero used to, excuse me, he used to always be the guy who was like, I'm either blocking your hatchery or I'm not scouting at all. And it feels like he's just playing so middle of the road and safe right now. And is Protoss just Imber in this matchup? I know you might think, what are you talking about, Big? So this is something that I think of when a very kind of gambly player starts playing like Showtime in a matchup. I'm like, is this patch broken for PvZ or something? Or does Hero just not respect Dark right now? Because like Showtime is like a very safe conservative player who does this opening every game, and Hero never does this opening. And I'm like, why is Hero opening like Showtime? Has Dark been spamming 12 pools at him on the ladder or something? Like, there's something going on with Hero's decision-making that's changed, and I'll need to study this over the coming weeks to see what's happening. Thank you guys for the subs there. Really appreciate the massive support and supporting the prize pool here for the Pig Store week number 10. If you guys ever want to watch this tournament live, don't forget to hop over twitch.tv/x5_pig. That's my Twitch channel. And we cast this one live from midday on Tuesdays, Australian Eastern Standard Time, or Daylight Time, I should say, Sydney time, which is, of course, Monday afternoon and evening if you're in America. It starts at, I don't know, 5 p.m. Pacific, I want to say. I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. East Coast Standard Time. If you're in Europe, I hope you are a vampire or have severe insomnia if you want to watch it live, because the tournament starts at, what is it, like 2 a.m. or something like that? Something absolutely awful for Central Europe. I think 2 a.m. Central Europe, 1 a.m. in the UK. Oracle getting chrono boosted. Stalker coming out. Overlord here, gonna hang. Stalker's gonna move up north. I like this skirting the edge tactic normally, but you need to go immediately left. When they go Stalker for, like this early, you need to go immediately left, and I think Dark's on too much of an angle. He needs to go straight left or he's not going to get enough distance. Is he? Or has he calculated it perfectly? I feel like, oh my gosh, he barely calculated it perfectly. Now the Stalker, if it commits, can get down there and it will not escape. But it's going to take long enough for it to die that an intelligent Zerg here builds 2 extra Overlords because you know it's probably going to die. Or you find a way to distract with Zerglings, one or the other. Looks like he's going to go for the Zergling distraction because he's not building any more Overlords. Does have a hatchery about to finish, and the Stalker stays in the wall. Doesn't want to let Lings in. So the Overlord does get to survive. Well done by Dark. Really nice play. Third Nexus goes down to the left side. Oracle poking around that third. Hanging out. Adepts in a very surroundable position right now. He's lucky that Dark doesn't have like 10 Zerglings. Because if Dark had 10 Zerglings, he would have killed those. Sitting under the Overlord like that's a bummer. Oracle gets 2. And pulls back. Both Oracles hanging out together. Double gas goes down before anything else. Usually that's a sign of going for a blink opening, but not necessarily. Twilight Forge does drop. I mean, he's been going Glaive Adepts every game. Quick lair starts. I mean, honestly, this looks exactly like a Chadray Annihilator, guys. A build order which is literally impossible to hide on this map. I think it's insane to choose to do this on this map because even though it's a good map architecturally for Nidus, there's lots of space in that main. You know, there's lots of room to pop it. There's no way an Oracle doesn't fly in and see this lair. At least that's what I'd be thinking. But those Oracles, they went in a different direction. Hero is kind of inconsistent with his scouting. One game he'll scout for it, the next he won't. That Oracle really needs to get across this map. He just sent it to the main. He just clicked this Oracle to the main. No, he's pulling it back though. Lincoln +1, 2 more gateways on the way. Dark is just going to do another Nidus Queen Link. No, he's doing the Hydra version. Never mind, he's got a third gas. So he's going to go Hydra Den. And a 4th base. Okay, so he's just trying to play, he's trying to skip Roaches, skip Banelings, and play Hydra macro. And he's going to go into Lurkers from there as well. Okay, Hydra macro coming out in Game 3. This is the sort of style I would have liked to see in Game 1. Remember what I said? I want to see more modified macro builds for Dark to start a series. But he never does these until he's almost defeated, right? It's always when he's down 0-2, or it's gone from him being up 2-0 to 2-2 tied. That's when he brings these builds out. And I just think it's so much harder for Protoss to play against if you mix them in. Nice play here with the Oracles, cleaning up a lot of creep tumors. Hydra's getting Groove Spine, 67 workers. It's a good economy, so there's not as many easy tells to see what's happening. Did you see the Hydra Den? Yes, he did. 2 drones go down. Gets himself a lava as well. Wow, good focus fire. Dude, like, I cannot really focus fire on a lava underneath those eggs, but Hero is like, I see the pixel of a little wriggly boy sticking out. And does take care of it. Stalker's coming forward. Taking care of a few of these Zerglings. There are 7 Hydras out, 13 Lings. Nothing but Hydraling in production. We should see Muscular Augment soon. Groove Spine's already almost finished, which will allow the Hydras to match the... ooh, not too bad. It's only a few Lings. Should be able to match the range of those. Now let's see how quick Dark is to remember Augments. He selected the Hydra Den. And there we go. Starts it. Very good. Good focus. Now Robobay is coming in. So Hero's going to try and go Colossus. Which is why it's important for Dark to like shut this down, get the gases up on the 4th, get to Hive. Blinking forward, my lord. I didn't realize we were watching Clem right here. For anyone who hasn't watched Clem play Protoss recently, the man blinks forward more than Patience. I mean, it's crazy. For those who don't know, Patience was a player. He's retired now. Who was famously ridiculously aggressive. He would blink into Stim Marauders and lose them all. Like, on the regular. It was comical. Stalkers. Oh my gosh, blink away. Ooh, okay, good pullbacks. Has Blink changed? No, Blink has not changed at all, guys. Blink is exactly the same as it always was. Hydra's going for melee, Bay Nest on the way. Dark looks like he's very committed to being aggressive. If he can hit before the first Colossus, he might be able to do something, but not a lot of guile in what he's doing. He's kind of just like, hey, you made me make Hydraling, now I counterattack. And I don't know if he's finding anything. He doesn't know about the 4th in the bottom left. He hasn't really been active with any counterattacks. Stasis traps getting flooded everywhere. He sets off a few of these with his front row of Zerglings. There are more stasis traps behind that. The Hydra's coming in on that right side. If he could get rid of these Oracles, that would be big! Oh, he loses a lot of Hydras to the stasis. You got to pull back. You have to pull back. You can't keep fighting here as Dark. You can't keep fighting when all your Hydras are out of combat like this, I don't think. He's going to keep flooding. This is a crazy man's decision right now. Oh man, that Colossus on the flank. I guess he knew he had to fight pre-Colossus. I thought he had to pull back, but he knew this was his window to get damage done. Zealots have counterattacked. Slow Zealots. That's right, guys. A slow Zealot counterattack has just killed 10 drones behind this. Hydras come out. The Colossus just died, guys. I can't believe it. The Colossus died. The Hydras, though, will get overwhelmed by the Stalkers. Zerglings and Hydras clean up that side. But on this side, oh no, Dark tunnel visioning. He didn't realize those 2 Zealots killed so much. The Hydras get cleaned up in the front. Zealot with 5 kills there. That's a 19 kill Zealot. 20. That Zealot wasn't a friggin' Executor. That was a 20 kill Zealot, ladies and gentlemen. 20 kill. I kid you not. That one Zealot had 20 kills. Oh my lord. That was bloody... Oh my god, that was the machete actor, man. He just got in there and went chop chop. He went to town. He said, oh, these drones are rainforest, bunch of rainforest vines. I'm just going to go chop my way through like a bloody olden explorer in the Amazon, man. Is Dark still going to break him? I don't think he can, man. He's got this classic Brood War Hydra skin. Look at that Hydra corpse just rotating before it does fall down. Hydra's still trying to fight. He's so close to breaking Hero, but Hero having a 4th base up behind it. I think Heroes survived just well enough. 58 probes against 53. It's 4 base against 4 base. Oh, man. Hero with a hold. And because he's building Colossus with +2, it's such a big problem for Zerg. Now, here's my crazy thought, guys. Upgrading melee is an outdated way of thinking about things. Because even with +2, they don't one-shot probes. You should absolutely open melee to defend the Stalkers, but then you should always go range with this style. And I'd love to hear someone argue otherwise, but like tell me, like, when are the Zerglings straight up able to fight and deal damage consistently? They're not. It's the Hydras that represent all your damage. So I actually think it makes no sense to be going +2 melee before range. And I'd love to hear arguments from the high-level Zergs, Protoss players in the chat, either for or against that. Mixu is there in chat, so I'm directing this at you. Mixu's a thinking Zerg, a high-level Zerg. I think there's no reason for +2 melee in this game. Hydra's coming forward. Oh god, he clicks forward! Oh my lord, guys. If you click Hydras towards Colossus Archon, okay, what is the most flammable animal? Something very furry. Now imagine you're at a petrol station. That's like, oh, hold on, Banelings morphs the Archon and the Zealots to block. Nice defense for Hero. Essentially, let's just say you're a sheep that has not been shorn and you've got like a lot of wool growing on you. And then you decide to have a shower in the petrol, or the gas as you guys call it in America, and then dive through a wall of fire. That's essentially Hydra's clicking towards Colossus, but of course Dark was behind. Hero defends very well, and Hero just looking on another level right now. He does have the energy refill, but he's lost battery overcharge. Honestly, what's changed? I think the only thing that's changed between these two is the form of the players. I think Hero looks better since the EWC, and Dark, I don't know, man, feels like he's struggling to keep pace in these normal games. And just that blink pressure gets on front, pins him on the defense, and it feels like he doesn't really feel like he has that many options. GG, well played. Hero dominates the finals 3-0. Just didn't even look close. Really well played by Hero.